Hi, I'm Cheryl. Welcome to my channel, Homeridge Studio. Today I have a whole bunch of gnomes to show you. Not every gnome in this picture is going to be in this video like the Grinch, but in the next video, this is the first in a two-part video of all kinds of different gnomes, different ways to make them, noses, feet, arms, beards, you name it. We're going to have a lot of fun, and if you like gnomes, you're going to love this video. I have some simple ones and I have some a little bit more complex, but for the most of it, these are going to be pretty easy. So if you like what you see, give me a big thumbs up because it helps my channel grow. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much. You're very much appreciated. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to my channel. Anyway, with all that said, let's get into our first gnome. And it's this one. I call this the slipper sock gnome. This is really quick and easy. You take a sock or slipper from the Dollar Tree, some black felt, some gloves, these little shoes, and the vase filler, and a bead for the nose. And this is a kid's sock, but they have the adult socks too. And you just flip the underside or the bottom open like I showed you. And you can use a bead nose. I had this off of a Santa Claus ornament, so I thought I would just use that. If I didn't have this, I would have definitely used the bead. And now we're going to decorate the hat. And this is the small beads from the vase filler. These are the silver ones. And there are 3 different sizes, large, medium, and small. These are the small. And I'm just putting them all around the hat on those polka dots. And now we're going to do the shoes. But we do make these shoes later on in this video and the next one coming up in a day or two. So you just cut a square, a big one, around the shoe. Matter of fact, cut 2 of them because we have 2 shoes. And put the shoe in the middle and you fold it up and then down and then in. I always do the top of the shoe and the bottom of the shoe first. And then put a huge amount of glue in there and then let it sit for a long time, like 15 minutes. Do it twice. Now we're going to take these gloves and we're just going to cut the fingers off of them and make sure they're the same size. And I'm going to stuff them with some polyfill. You can use an old pillow, you can use cotton balls, you can use tissue, whatever you have on hand. And then go ahead and stuff those, not super full, but just to hold it to make it look like an arm. And we're going to take it and we're going to glue it underneath that beard. Kind of like on the top of the slipper, but put the beard on top of that. And do that for both sides. And now we're going to attach the shoes. And I kind of put the glue on the inside so you don't see the glue on the outside. When glue dries on black, you will see it. It turns white. So put it on the inside. And then you can put a little pom-pom ball, or I thought this ornament was, not ornament, that's the styrofoam snowflake vase filler. I thought that'd be cute. You can attach a string on the back and hang it, or you can put a magnet and put it on your refrigerator. This is the next one, and this is a band gnome. And that was not $12.99. I got that from Michael's last year, and I paid like $2 for it. So you're going to need that, some rocks, some polyfill, string, black felt, those shoes again, some ribbon. That's part of an old sock. We're going to use that for the hands, any kind of musical instrument. So I've showed you this in my other videos. You put rocks in the bottom and then you stuff it to your liking, the body, tie it off and cut it. And then cut the top. And then I put a bunch of hot glue in the top to hold it. And this is a beard that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I don't know when, Halloween time, but you can use the faux fur that you can get at Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby. You can use mop string. You can use whatever you have on hand. but this one I'm going to use a faux fur. So I've showed you before in my other gnome videos, and I have quite a bit of them out there. You just clip the top layer. You do not cut all the way through the fur, because if you do, it will cut all the fuzzy ends, the top and the bottom off. And then make sure that that fur is going down when you cut it. So I always kind of measure it and see how high up it needs to go. Since this hat is not going to go in, or the sock is not going to go in the hat's going to have to be glued on top of the sock. So the beard is going to have to be placed up pretty high. And I glue that whole thing all the way around. And now I'm going to kind of snap those pieces off of the hat. They were a little tough to get off, but I snapped them and then I clipped the material and they came right out. And now I'm going to glue the hat right on top. And push it down and hold it there for a while. And now this is the sock that I got from the Dollar Tree. I used the bottom for the body of another gnome. And I'm making the arms, and I've showed this in my other videos too. So you make the two pieces and then you fold it down and then up, and then put the hot glue, again this is black material, put the hot glue down inside. And I just put two little clamps on either end and let that sit and do that 2 times. So we have an arm for each side. And now I'm going to just take some ribbon and I'm just going to kind of fancy the arms up a little bit to make him look like he's in a marching band. I had 2 kids in a marching band, so this was kind of fun for me to make. All the memories, they're older now. They're all graduated, but it was a lot of fun. So you do that 2 times, and now we have 2 arms. And the wooden nose, which is just a bead. And you want to make sure that you put the glue on the wood bead, not on the fur, because the fur gets a little messy. And that's what he looks like so far. And then I probably shouldn't have glued the beard or the hat on the sides there, because we're going to have to attach those arms. And I'm just trying to see how I want him to be holding that horn. So I kind of glued it, poked it up underneath the rim of that hat, and I did that on both sides. And I really don't know how, my kids did not play the French horn, they played the clarinet, but I wasn't sure how you hold a French horn. I guess I could have looked it up, but I didn't. So I glued it on the way I thought and clipped it so it stays there. And then the shoes, you kind of want to balance it because there's rocks in the bottom of that. And again, I put the glue on the inside so you don't see it. Kind of balance it so he can stand, and then glue him on there. And this is what he looks like. And here is the next one. And I just call this like my candy cane gnome. He's one of my favorites. I think he just turned out so cool. You can use those little booties from the Dollar Tree, but I didn't. I have trees. Those buckets are from Target Dollar Spot. You can get those. He can hold that. My gnome's going to hold a tree. Same thing, make the body the same way. And clip the top off because we're going to use it for arms later. And then I rolled this top down and I kind of made it flat and put some glue in there. And make sure the seam of the sock, if there is a seam in the sock, is facing toward the front. So we're going to use mop head to make this beard. I'm just showing you different ways to make different gnomes. And most of this stuff you can get from the Dollar Tree. And you can even get some cool hats from the Dollar Tree too. But this is from Michael's, and I got it again last year on clearance, and it was like $2. But the Dollar Tree has the headband hats too, and I've done those, and they're every bit as cute. So now I'm just taking the mop strings and I'm putting 12 of them on. So find the middle of the gnome, put 12 on one side and 12 on the other. And when it's on, after you hot glue the top of it, I just angle and cut up on the sides just to give it a little bit of, I don't know, more personality, I guess, so it's not all one length. And then I go ahead and reinforce that so they don't pull out. And I made the arms the same way I made the previous arms. Cut it in half, flip it up, fold it, and glue it in the middle. Now these are little beads, and I put them inside to show it the hand. And so you do that on both sides. And I'm going to glue it. This time I did not glue the hat on. So you just stick it underneath the hat and go ahead and glue it to the hat and then to the body. And then make that hat go down, like pull it down as much as you can in the back. And then go ahead and glue that. And then now we're going to unravel all of these. Takes a little while. You can unravel it once or you can unravel them 4 times. So each mop piece string has 4 pieces to it. Sometimes I only unravel them once. Quite often I unravel them, all of them. And then go ahead and reinforce that. And I don't pull real hard on those either because they can pull out. This is just a knee-high that you can get from the Dollar Tree. And basically I just cut it in half and then cut off the end, the reinforced toe. And we're going to put the polyfill, cotton ball, whatever you have, in the middle of it. So I kind of roll it up to give it the shape, and then tie the one end of the nylon, and then we're going to pop that cotton ball or the polyfill in there, and then tie off the other end. And then I tie those two together, and I do that twice as I'm shaping the nose. And then clip as much of that off as you can. And we're just going to hot glue that right down almost underneath that hat. And then make sure that you glue it so on both sides so you don't see any of that nylon that was all bunched up. So those are the buckets. You could put one of those, but I decided to, you could put one of those in his hand, but I decided to put that tree in there. And this is what he looks like. Here's the next one. I call this my Glam Gnome. And it's lighted, so these are the things you need. You could use the fishbowl, or I had a bunch of those, so I decided to use that. This bell's from the Dollar Tree. A candle, or not a real candle, a flameless candle. Some fake fur, tinsel, and then an ornament for the nose. So this tinsel is from the Dollar Tree, and I like it because the top, you can glue it on around. It's not like one piece. Each piece is a different piece. It's like all reinforced together with one solid piece. Anyway, hope that makes sense. I'm trying to go really fast here because there's so many gnomes to make. So I glued it all around the top. Silver, gold, silver, gold. And then I clipped that ring off the top of the bell. And I left all the other pieces on there. And then I had this ribbon from Michael's at the end of the season, but you can use that car cloth. You can find a stocking or a hat from the Dollar Tree and just remove the fur from that and glue it around. One thing I wish I would have done with this is I wish I would have made it thicker. This is too thin and it's kind of hard to keep it sitting on top of the globe. So when you're done gluing that, then I take and I clip off or trim off all of the tinsel. And you can make it as long or as short as you want. As you can see, it's a little bit too long, so I had to go and clip a bunch of it off too. And the reason I'm using this tinsel, you can see right through it. You can see the light. And so I took off the end of the ornament and I clipped off the other piece, the little plastic piece. And we're just going to glue it right to the top there. And that's his nose. I used a white one, and these ornaments are from the Dollar Tree. And I glued one of those cool bells that the Dollar Tree has this year. They have them in different colors, and this is a silver one. I glued it to the top of the hat. And as you can see, it's hard to keep this on there. So I added another roll of that fur, but one thick fur piece is good enough. And that's what it looks like. And here's the next project. He's just one of those like wooden snowflake gnomes. And I saw this on Pinterest and I thought it was really cute and I had to do it myself, and now I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm drawing kind of like a circle around here because I'm going to clip off those little like pointy snowflake pieces. Not the big ones, but the little ones. It was kind of hard to get in there to clip them off. And then after you're done, you're going to want to take a, what do you call it, a sander, and sand that so it's not so sharp. And then I just took a little piece of the faux fur, made a little rectangle, glued that on, and take whatever color you like. I decided to use this light blue, and later on I bring in a dark blue and the gray felt, and this is going to look like arms, like he's wearing a sweater. So I just clipped a little teeny piece and then glued it on both sides. So that there looks like his arms. And then now I'm going to use the gray for his pants. It's hard to see in this video, but there are the gray pieces on there. And I'm just taking a Sharpie and making it look like a sweater with putting some like little ticking in there, some lines. And I'm trying to determine the color of his hat, so I took this, and the Dollar Tree has these in like a pack of multicolors. It's really nice because it's kind of a stiffer felt. So I cut a triangle, and then I folded the end up so it's like the rim of a hat. And then I folded both of those sides around, and then I glued it in the back. And don't glue that little hole on the top because this is going to be an ornament. And then one of those little pom-poms glued on top of that. And super simple, super easy. Cute little ornament, I think. You can put a magnet on them again, or you can put some jute twine up through the hole on the top there and turn him into an ornament. And you can make these any different colors, or you know, there's different wooden snowflakes that you can use. Oh, and I forgot his nose. Last but not least, a little teeny tiny wood bead for the nose. And you could use a pom-pom too if you don't have one of those. Oh, and then I'm drawing some, I guess I missed, there's so many gnomes in this video. My next video I'm going to have 3 or 4 more too. So I'm just drawing kind of like little lines, and you'll see it up close. And that's it. And there I'm showing you how you can put the jute twine in there. And that's what he looks like on my tree. And that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching. I wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday season from me, Cheryl at Home Ridge Studio. Bye.